There's loads of MMA fighters who get accused of being boring, hard to watch, sport ruiners, nut huggers, point fighters, dickheads, knob jockeys, whatever you want to say. I don't even know what knob jockey means. There's a lot of fighters who get accused of being boring in the UFC. Okay? And today I'm giving my opinion on who I think are the most boring fighters in the UFC. I'm putting them in a tier list S through to D. And let's get straight into it, man. With the first guy being Belal Muhammad, who's going in A. Now, people are gonna expect Belal to be in S tier, which I get. You know, he is very stigmatized about people thinking he's the most boring fighter on the roster. He's not, though. Like, is Belal entertaining? No. But the Leon fight was decent. Okay, the Leon fight was decent. The Gilbert Burns fight was whatever. You know, I'm not arguing that Belal's entertaining. The Wonderboy fight was a stinker. The Luque fight was also whatever. He's had stinkers. He's had a lot of stinkers. Okay, he's not an S, but he's still A. He's still high up there. But Belal can have a somewhat decent fight and be somewhat entertaining. So I'm not gonna put him in S. I'm gonna put him in A. Next up we got Ian Gary. Ian Gary. I'm using this picture because he looks like such a child. Like, bro, he looks so innocent. He looks so fresh. Look at that picture of Ian Gary and tell me that that guy can grow a beard. That guy cannot grow a beard. It's the testosterone isn't there. It's impossible. But I'm putting Ian Gary in B. Ian Gary definitely has the potential to be an entertainer, but he has really stunk up in his last couple of fights. I mean, Jeff Neal was a really stinky fight. MVP was a really stinky fight, and that fight had hype behind it, which made it even more stinker. Then if we look at Shavkat, insanely hyped fight. You know, a lot of that was Shavkat's problems and issues as well. But Ian Gary's still stunk up. Okay, Ian Gary, he's still stunk up. He's been extreme. Like, honestly, for his last 3 fights, he's been S tier level boring. But you know, he's had some fun fights in the UFC, so I'm gonna put him in B. He's really stunk up lately. Next up, we move on to Mario Batista, who I'm gonna put in B as well. He might just have the worst performance and fight of all time against Jose Aldo, which would obviously put him in S. But if we look at the rest of Mario Batista's UFC career, is he the most entertaining fighter? No. But is he insanely boring? Also no. He won a robbery against him on Blackshear. But honestly, I wouldn't say Mario Batista, aside from the Aldo fight, has had an in particular boring fight. But he has the worst performance of all time, so he's in the tier list, and he's relatively high up in the tier list. Next up, we move on to a guy who a lot of yous aren't going to expect to be in this tier list, and he shouldn't be. Okay, I'm here to crush a narrative. People who accuse Islam Makhachev of being boring are fucking idiots. Beyond dumb. Beyond stupid. Okay? Islam Makhachev is a top 10 most entertaining fighter in the UFC, and I see this guy constantly being lumped in with other Dagestani fighters saying he's boring. Okay, first of all, what Dagestani fighters are you even lumping him in with? Umar's relatively entertaining. Habib was entertaining. Okay, listen, I feel bad for Islam Makhachev. He catches a lot of slack, you know, due to being from Dagestan. He's entertaining, man. There's a big narrative about Islam Makhachev. I'm not fucking with it. I'm not fucking with the narrative. Now we move on to Sean Strickland, who is going in B as well. Okay. We might actually not have someone in the C tier, now that I think about it, because I know where the other guys are going. Sean Strickland is going in B. Okay. The reason why is he's going down to C, and the reason why is, listen, man, did he have a really boring fight against Paulo Costa? Yes. But he also had a fight of the year contender against Strickland Duplessis at the very start of, you know, this year. And people forget, man. Bro, people like seem to forget that fight literally happened. Sean Strickland has the possibility to be really entertaining, like versus Jared Cannonier, versus some Jack guy that he fought back in the day, versus what's his name? The guy who looks inbred at middleweight. Brendan Allen had a really entertaining fight with Brendan Allen, finished him. Amazing fight versus Dricus, but he also has the ability to have really boring fights, like with Paulo Costa. So he's kind of like a coin flip, really. So I'm gonna put him in C, but you know, he can be boring. Okay. Next up, we move on to Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards is just as boring as Belal Muhammad. Okay. When that fight happened, I had no horse in that race. I had no stick in that river. I had no favorite that I wanted to win. I didn't admit this to people, but I wanted Belal to win because I don't like Leon. There's nothing redeemable about him. Belal's funny, bro. Belal's a prick and he's funny. Okay. Leon is insanely boring. Yes, he got the head kick against Usman, but Leon's entire run up was boring. It was slow. It was filled with inactivity. His championship reign was filled with boring fights and inactivity. Leon's just not very good for the sport, man. I'm glad he lost his belt. Next up, we move on to Merab, the worst fighter in the UFC to watch, in my opinion. I've never heard this. I don't like him. I do have a bias and a vendetta against him. But he's the worst fighter to watch in the UFC. He's frustrating to watch because he has such a negative style. He's so boring because, like, he is technically active, but he's not doing anything. Like, he's not doing anything. He's just taking people down over and over again and letting them get back up and up and up. I hate Merab, and I've made that very clear in practically every single video. Okay, Usman would fucking smash this kid. Okay, I don't know why I brought up Usman, but I did. Next up, I got another narrative to crush. Jailton Almeida is an extremely entertaining fighter, and you're all uncultured. You're all uncultured, and you don't know what you're talking about. Jailton Almeida is a really entertaining fighter. 7 UFC fights, 6 wins, 6 finishes, all 6 of them being in the second or first round. And this guy had 1 stinker against Derek Lewis, and you're all calling him boring. Jailton Almeida is really fucking fun, okay? He takes people down, he submits them, and he just decimates them, okay? That first round versus Curtis Blades was fun. Okay, and the reason why is I complained about Merab just taking people down, but Merab does it in a gay way. He shoots a single leg and he like flops every round and somehow takes you down. Jailton Almeida kept on picking this guy up and dunking him on his head, okay? And then dunking him on his head, and it's heavyweight, so it was cool to see a big guy get dunked on the head. And he finishes everyone, man. Okay, Jailton Almeida title in 2025. But there's a big myth about this guy being boring. But there you go, that's your UFC boring fighters tier list. Do what you want with this information. Enjoy your day, enjoy your life. Much love from me to you. Like, subscribe, do all that in a bit.